What is up, guys? Ryan back, another IRL card video today. Today, guys, we got our second ever BGS cards back from being graded today, and I only have 2 cards for you today, guys, but they are the 2 largest cards in my collection. So I sent these off to BGS. I was a little nervous on what grades I'd get, and unfortunately I do know the grades already. I sent mine in through my local card shop, and he straight up he gave me the box, and he's like, you have to open it because there's more cards in it than just yours. So I was forced to open it and look at my cards. I'm going to show you guys what I got. They're, again, my 2 biggest cards in my collection, without a doubt. They are number 1 and number 2. It's not what you expect, I bet. And I will say, when I submitted these 2 cards, insert picture, they did have flaws. And I will talk about that. But we'll show you. We got 2 cards. Video won't be too long today. I was hoping to have a repackaging product in today, but I didn't make it over to the place where I pick up my cards. So, short video. Let's jump into it. Alright, you guys. I'm going to attempt to reveal these 2 cards without really giving it away. So, we submitted the Bobby Witt and we submitted the Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to do the Bobby Witt first because Patrick Mahomes is definitely a bigger name. He's the best quarterback in the world right now. So Bobby Witt is going to be up first. I'm going to try not to give away what the Patrick Mahomes got. So the Bobby Witt Refractor Auto. I know I've shown it a couple times on Twitter and a couple other times, but I've been kind of keeping it a secret, honestly, from the people I am in the community with before it got back from BGS, because when I got this card, it appears to be perfect, honestly, but when you get it in the right angle, in the right lighting, and I probably will not be able to show you guys this on camera, that there is print lines all over this thing, but they are so scarce and so small that it's legit so hard to see. And I'm trying to get you guys the angle, but like I said, it's legit. Like, you have to be up there with light on it, and it has to be in the right angle. I don't have a light on me right now. See if I can even see him in this case. You might not even be able to see him in the case. Yeah, honestly, I can't even see him in the case, but like, I'm not even kidding, guys. There's like very scarce print lines all over the top half of this card. Like, they're everywhere. And I sent this into BGS. I was definitely nervous because I said, you know what? I've seen some cards get really bad grades on surfaces, and I know these are hard to see, but grading companies are usually pretty good, but they also grade really quickly because of the amount of cards they have. So we got lucky. They gave us a 9.5 on the surface. They gave us a 9 on the corners, which I'm not super sure how. I definitely think these corners are like really sharp. So I missed that, I guess, when I submitted it. I was really only worried about the surface, but the corners got a 9. But very happy with the grade. The 9.5 is the goal when I submit to BGS. That's their Gem Mint. It's equivalent to the PSA 10. Obviously, the PSA 10's value is a little bit higher, but nonetheless, a Gem Mint, and then we have the 10 auto as well. And I think this card, he autoed very well. I think it looks very pretty. But Refractor Auto Bobby Witt, 9.5 out of 10. Very happy. It looks nice. And now the Patrick Mahomes card, guys. I sent this in knowing it had a very bad corner on the back. And I'll show you guys it. But everything else seemed perfect on it. So what we got on the Patrick Mahomes is a 9 with a 10 auto. And honestly, I'm really happy with this grade. I pulled this for $20 out of a random pack at my card shop in 2017. I kept it because the breaker I was breaking with at the time, Banff Breakers, every time he pulled up Patrick Mahomes, he said he was a good player. And I didn't know anything about Patrick Mahomes, to be honest. I somehow didn't follow him in college. So I just held on to it, saying, you know what, this breaker says he's a good player, so I'm going to hold on to it. So shout out to Banff. Thank you for that. I am holding it because of you still to this day. And now I'm holding it because he's the best quarterback in the world. But If you check out the subgrades, guys, we got 9 5s all around except for corners. He gave us an 8.5. And this is the corner I'm talking about. It's the bottom left corner. And you guys can you can see it pretty blatantly on screen, I think. Like, you can see all the white just showing off the side of it. Like, it's not even very visible that there's white on the sides. The camera doesn't really do it justice, to be honest, because it is definitely not a good corner. And then even like up here, it's not perfect. It's a little off. Just all the corners in general, like the top slab doesn't match the bottom slab like perfectly, I guess. So very happy with this grade. A 9 was the bare minimum that I was hoping for. If it would have came back an 8.5, I would have been pissed. So I'm totally okay with a 9. I know 9 isn't super ideal in the grading world, but with the right name, it is, and this is the right name. And the main reason I submitted this card, and I mean this card too, but the main reason I submitted this card is because I knew they both had flaws, guys, and I don't want to run into it in the future. Like, I'm going to hold this card until Patrick Mahomes retires. If you're thinking about buying it, it's not happening. I'm holding this card until he retires unless he starts just declining. He says, hey, I just got $500 million. I don't need to play football anymore competitively. I can just play casually. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to be keeping this forever, and 15 years down the line when he decides to retire, hopefully the greatest quarterback of all time, I'm going to sell this card, and, you know, I don't want to sell it not graded and then them get it, say, you know what, these corners are messed up, man. Like, why did I pay you for this? And because, I mean, if he ends up being the best of all time, it's going to be a couple $1,000s. So now it's graded. Whoever buys it's going to know that it has an 8.5 on the corners. And that's why I got him graded, guys. The one thing I will say that I'm a little upset about, like for sure, is that on the Bobby Witt, I don't know if you guys can see it too super well, but right here on the case itself is scuffed. Yeah, there you go. This is on the case itself, so we have a scuff on the case on the Witt, which I'm pretty mad about. Plus, up here, they didn't do a great job on the sleeve they put the card in. It's a little, like, bent up. And then on the Mahomes, this is going to be really hard to, actually pretty easy to see on the camera. One of the pictures I took was really hard to see, but right there they have like a piece of plastic right over the memorabilia. And it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, it's just going to sit there. And luckily I'm not going to be looking at these cards every day, or that would bug me. But yeah, we got a little piece of plastic or like a little piece of string, I don't know, that's shoved in the card. So that's definitely the downfall when it comes to grading. Because even PSA does that too. Like, if they get something in the holder while they're like putting the holder on the card, like sometimes they don't notice, and I've seen some really bad ones. Well, that's about it for today's video, guys. Those are my 2 biggest cards in my collection. I'm super happy with the grades, especially because I sent them both in knowing they had flaws. So very happy with the grades. I'm still waiting on my PSA order from February, guys. My card shop owner, he thinks it's still going to be a couple more months on that. I have 10 cards coming back from PSA. I'm very excited for those because it's got the Juan Soto update, the Acuna update, Vlad Bowman first, like just a bunch of really good cards. Lamar Jackson, Green Velocity. I'm super excited to get that back. Luis Robert Bowman Chrome first. Super excited for those 10 cards. Those are 10 of my, like, I thought were going to get 10s and were really like sought after cards. So that's going to be down the road, guys. But if you guys like this video, if you guys enjoy watching my card videos at all, or my content, please give me a thumbs up on the video, guys. I'd appreciate it a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And you guys have a great rest of your night, okay? See ya!